Alright, hello to all my guys, gals, and non-binary pals out there across the electrical ocean. This is Jazzman, and we are in a game between WrathPact playing Stitched, Under Depths Forsaken Waste Split, and TeaNinja playing Full Faction Forar Swamp. And interestingly, this is actually going to be a grudge match between these two players. I just tried to record a game of TeaNinja versus WrathPact, and it was not a very good look for TeaNinja, I must say. WrathPact was playing Stitched, and TeaNinja foolishly deployed a Carry-On Colossus, and that was basically the end of the game, because Stitched eat Carry-On Colossus for breakfast. Just get free deconstructs and everything. So hopefully TeaNinja can redeem himself this game. Already looking good already. He's got Snoop Dogg the High One taking mid-font here, and then Pool of Dreams in the back. So all of his champions are going to be buffed with anti-spell abilities. I mean, Stitched, they don't tend to rely too much on spells unless they're going for kills. Like, they don't just spam like spells like a Forar Swamp or a KF player will do. But, you know, you might get some benefit out of that. And I guess deploying it here is fine. I mean, you could deploy it at the font, but realistically, you're most likely going to be deploying at your shrine most of the time. So we'll see. The buff does last quite a while. So that augur leaping towards top font here, and then first can't really die to Gakal, but I mean, he will take a little bit of damage from the dots at the start of every turn. So I mean, Gakal right now is basically just keeping him low, or well, lower than he would be. And is WrathPact not going to send something for the bot font? Did I miss a deploy? Hexer... Oh yeah, Concealer, okay. So WrathPact actually getting pretty lucky by having first so early. Augment Creation, going to buff all of his other champions. And then, yeah, Concealer will get this font. A little bit slower than the Augur will. But, you know, that's just one of the benefits of being Forar. You get all the fonts, you get all the Nora, you get all the everything. You get Forar Swamp is pretty strong right now. If you're a new player looking for an easy faction to pick up and play, Forar Swamp is definitely the best of the bunch, I would say. But Gakal High One with the Cleansing Aura can't really be CC'd. And I mean, Psychic Attack, Electric Attack, is that a backfire? What the hell just happened? Ooh, actually, that's a pretty damn good backfire by TeaNinja. Essence Drain getting backfired on the Gakal. And would that have been a kill? Let's see, 20, 24, 13, and then 12. Yeah, that would have been a kill by overflow by 1. But yeah, so that was pretty well played. The Essence Drain there is a sore Nora blow to WrathPact, who's already going to be behind on Nora because of the pool and because of Forar Swamp being Forar Swamp. But yeah, TeaNinja got the favor. See, WrathPact could have probably figured out that there was a backfire up just because of favor on the Augur of the Deep. Like if he was paying attention up top, he could have saw the animation go off and realized, oh, he probably has backfire up or something. But TeaNinja, I'm pretty sure TeaNinja doesn't get Council Spell Nora from that. Yeah, to successfully cast a spell. No Spell Swallower proc either. But stopping that Essence Drain was definitely a big deterrent here. And I mean, I guess at this point, I mean, you could still sit that first in the font and be mostly fine. I mean, Gakal doesn't really have the damage on his own, although I guess at this point, WrathPact might as well put some damage of his own onto it. And I mean, you could walk over here to stop a double tap, but then Gakal could probably just walk in. Oh wow, he actually sent the Concealer towards mid. Interesting. So Gakal down to 14 HP. Is there going to be a Soul Bane? Nah, he's going to leave it. So Gakal on 14 HP, and now first is being redirected towards this side font. So WrathPact already down on Nora and fonts, and that's not a position you want to be in versus Forar Swamp. Now Gakal could very easily get a double tap onto that Concealer there and probably kill it. Concealer is nice and squishy, nice and juicy. Or you could leap into the font here and then maybe drop some kind of relic in mid, like a banner. And then, I mean, at that point, WrathPact would just be fucked. Like, there's nothing... Gakal's only on 14 HP, but it's immune to the Hexer, and it's immune to the Concealer, so you'd basically have to waste another spell on it, at which point, you know, TeaNinja would be up so much Nora that... Stitched have a very frail early game, and Forar Swamp is pretty good at rushing. So, yeah, it's tough to say what to do here in WrathPact's position. But for TeaNinja, it should be pretty easy. Either you want to kill the concealer, or do you want to get into the font? I would probably favor getting into the font, because, I mean, when I see an open font, I'm just like, gimme, gimme. The fonts are mine now. But Boghopper Shaman coming down for some healing, keeping that Gakal out of kill range by pretty much anything. And yeah, it looks like he's going to walk into the concealer. That's fine. Don't worry about the fonts. I guess it's good that he's not getting in the font, because that would mean WrathPact would probably surrender, and I would like to have a full game this time around. But Gakal getting the bubble of protection, and man, that is one annoying piece of shit. Now here, Soul Reeve would be a pretty sneaky way to secure a kill, because that would go through bubble, and it would go through one with Nora. It looks like he's running Enervating Collar. Interesting. So actually, that's a kill. That's very nice by WrathPact. He's going to get the kill here with the Hexer, because it dispels the one with Nora immunities and the bubble of protection. So there's a reconstruct here by WrathPact, and all of a sudden WrathPact is right back into the game, because TeaNinja wasted a lot of Nora. Well, not wasted, but he put a lot of Nora into keeping that Gakal alive. Bubble as well as the Boghopper Shaman deploy, when he probably would have preferred like a combat champion or something. But WrathPact, even on one font, is still managing to keep up with the game. An Enervating Collar is actually a nice include in Stitched, because they tend to lack, like, you're running Forsaken Waste, so you do have counters in terms of spells. But Enervating Collar for Spot Dispel is really nice. Spot Dispel is something that Underdepths has as well in Purifier, but with Stitched not having much fire damage, you can't really justify that. The Concealer here will go down to the dots, and with first reconstructing being on cooldown, probably have to swing that Hexer over and reconstruct that way. WrathPact being a little bit conservative, in my opinion, with that Concealer. I probably would have ran it this way towards the Hexer instead of, back over here, where Hexer has to go this way to reconstruct the relic. But keeping it over here is also safer, because it means that Boghopper Shaman will have to overextend in order to kill it if it wants. But Augur of the Deep here, actually, he had the opportunity to contest, but instead he goes for a Reverberating Bracelet instead. Huh. Interesting choice. I'm not sure what that accomplishes. Like, that was a free font. Like, you could have just walked in there. But, as a commentator, I'm happy to see a longer game, longer than 10 minutes, basically. But the Sonic Burst distracting everybody, so that does mean no reconstruct from the Hexer, but it also means that, you're keeping WrathPact on a font, and, why would you want your opponent to have fonts? So Stitched first is in a position to grab that bottom font, but he's actually... Okay, so WrathPact just going all in on the aggression here. He's going for another deconstruct from the Hexer, and at this point you could probably justify an Arise. Oh, well, and TeaNinja surrenders. All right, well, that was a really short one. I'm gonna see if we can get them on the crackback, because these two have been going at it all day. They're going at it like cats and dogs. They're just they're clawing at each other. It's only been 2 games, but it seems like they always get each other in queue. So maybe we'll go for a 3rd game. I'm probably not going to upload the first one, just because it was a little bit of a little bit boring. Nothing too much happened besides Carrion Colossus getting his ass handed to him. Come on, you guys have got this, right? I'm gonna put timestamps in this, of course, between these pauses. If we don't get them soon, I'm probably just gonna jump into... Oh my god, it's Akko. All right, well, I would have jumped into this one, but Akko is not someone I want to popularize games with, for reasons that I'm sure we're all aware of. And okay, well, TeaNinja jumped in with someone else. We'll get him again. We might as well. The game's already here, and we'll see if this one is a little bit longer. So this is basically like TeaNinja's day here. I've tried to record. The first one was just like, yeah, they're playing. I'll get this game, and then the second one was like, ooh, a grudge match. That's fun, and especially because it was like similar decks, with WrathPact still being on that Stitched. And then this one's just because they're here and I wanna record a game. So Sealer coming down, and then okay, so TeaNinja's versus you. Okay, so I'm gonna say it right this time. The last time I got this guy, people were saying in the comments, "Oh, that's not a Japanese name. You're totally wrong. It's You Choke, I Clutch." So Uchoke is going to be playing Grintmaw here, and it looks like TeaNinja's got a Lightbringer. So I wonder if is this the same deck, or is he just playing Jellies? Because Lightbringer is not something you typically see in FS meta, but he could be playing Jellies. That'd be an E game. We haven't actually seen much Jelly in a while since their nerfs. Basically, the nerfs to the racial kind of hit them pretty hard, and now they're not doing too well. Personally, I'm glad to see the last of them. I really don't like their racial. I think it's in the same vein as like Worms, where it's anti-fun to play against. Like if it's good, it's like too good, and if it's bad, then it's just an unviable gimmick, right? But with Worms, like we all know how oppressive the Worm racial is, and the Jelly racial is definitely one that's also oppressive. Like we've nerfed in the past, like all the rune concealment stuff, like Setback. Darkness surprisingly avoided the bat. It actually got buffed down to 30 Nora. But we've taken away Conceal from a few champions just because not being able to play your runes is a little bit anti-fun. You can't really, there's nothing you can do about it. Like there's nothing that gets a bunch of your runes off cooldown. So there's not really much counterplay, and not being able to play the game is something we want to avoid. It's also the reason we got rid of stuff like the AP lock deck, with Magnetic Rover having, I should say halving AP gain on equipped champions. But as for this game, yeah, so it looks like TeaNinja is playing just, well, okay, so I wasn't going to say he's playing good stuff because of the Siphon, but he also has the Overmind with Boost. So this is like a Jelly/Psychic deck that he's got going. Siphon, also another recipient of nerfs. Its regen build got an increase to its cost, and then Enervating Touch went to 2 triggers per turn. So the Sealer, and then on this side, I mean, Grints, Grints are a nice deck. Man, I don't know what is up with my throat today. I've only tried to record like a few games, and it's already failing me. I need to boost my vocal. Oh my god, TeaNinja, come on! What are you're scaring off the new players? You're scaring everybody away today. So okay, I could go for a third. I could go for a third game. I mean that wasn't even really a game. That was just me talking for a while. See, this is what people don't understand about trying to record games. Is stuff like this happens all the fucking time, and I can't. Okay, we're gonna ignore it. Ooh, we got Gnomes here. I wasn't gonna record Burn Pyro, but we'll go with Gnomes this time because I've already got a video of Burn Pyros that I'm probably gonna upload. So here we've got Gnomes playing full faction SP versus Justicus playing full faction Underdepths on Lava Lake. Man, oh man, do I love Lava Lake versus Underdepths. Oh, it's just so fair and balanced. All the Fire Eaters they got that can walk over that lava, no problem. Threaten my font the entire game. Oh, I love it. I just love it so much. I wish every game could be on Lava Lake. But it looks like Gnomes here has got Moga. He's going to be bringing the Dirt Balls. And Justicus is probably just playing meta by the look of these guys. Balefire Knight, he could be playing fire, like a fire deck, but if that were the case, he'd probably have different upgrades on his crawler. I would hope he has different upgrades on his crawler because he's not playing spiders. But, maybe he has Creep and Crawl. Maybe he's like running Protect the Nest as, or not, is it Protect the Nest? Or is it, yeah, it's Protect the Nest as sort of like a gimmick spell. And then he just has this to proc the racial on his spiderlings and shit. But Balefire Knight, so Balefire Knight versus Overlord. I'm thinking that Overlord won't be alone for very long. So it won't be quite a 1v1. It'll probably be like Overlord plus some random Moga, like a Trapper or something that Overlord is going to bring with him to that fight. Moga are really good at fighting like on multiple fronts because all their champions are just so cheap. They can deploy pretty much wherever they want, and then they can send stuff to fonts where you gotta keep your own champions nearby all the time. So there's a Bloodletter. Okay, maybe he is running spiders. Maybe he just has this Balefire Knight because he likes it or something. I've done that before. I mean, we've all done that. Like, we just run a rune that might not be the best because we like the aesthetic, we like the look of it, we like the abilities. Something about it appeals to that monkey brain of ours that makes us go, yeah, I love it. Give me some more of that. And I guess Balefire Knight could be one of those. I mean, it's a dragon. Like, a lot of people like dragons, but all the dragon lovers are pretty much confined to SL. I mean, there are some in other factions, like Nephrite. I think if I were going to run a dragon in UD, I'd run Nephrite Dragon. And to be honest, they're basically the same sprite. I mean, let's be real. They got pretty lazy with the Balefire Knight sprite. It's literally some guy riding a Nephrite Dragon. I would have liked to see them have a bit of a different look for this guy. But that's neither here nor there. So Moga Hunters up top for Gnomes. And I figured, Gnomes is also a commentator on the channel, so I thought, let's record the recorder. It's like, who watches the watchers, right? The watchers watch the watchers, and I'm a watcher of Gnomes, and Gnomes, I'm not really sure if Gnomes watches me, but he better. I mean, Gnomes, if you're listening, you better watch my videos because I watch yours. That's the way this is supposed to go, right? It's the law of equivalent exchange, right? You watch me, I watch you. We both give each other. I mean, we're on the same channel together, so it's basically just there's no real benefit to that. But it's only right that we do that for comrades in arms. It's funny how we deployed hunters up here. I was expecting a second deploy down bot because on his own, I really don't think Overlord can take Balefire Knight. Like, there's just no way Overlord wins that. You can get to the font. Under normal circumstances, Balefire Knight could block a champion just by sitting on this space and not allowing him to walk into the font in any way. But Grappling Hook gets over that, no problem. Yeah, is that a Scorch the Earth? Damn, alright. So Justicus doing a Scorch the Earth, forcing all these guys to walk over the lava if they want to get to mid here. I mean, Gnomes is probably like, hey, I'll take that. 35 Nora just to do a little bit of damage. I mean, it kind of sucks for the hunters, but Dirge is tough. Like, you can handle it. You can tough it out. Tough little bugger. He only takes like 3 damage from walking over this, so not too much of an issue. Hunters though, Hunters is like, man, I don't want to go over that. That's just a pain in my. that just hurts too much. I don't like my feet getting all hot and dirty walking over that lava. He has a grappling hook too though, so he could just pull himself over that. And he could actually pull the ruby out of the font. And what was that? Was that grappling hook from... Oh yeah, that was grappling hook bottom. Justicus didn't actually move on to this space like he should have. But the Overlord is in the font regardless. And there is the top side grappling hook that didn't actually move the hunters. Alright, well, he pulled the crawler 1 space. And I'm guessing because the lava is like... counts as damaging terrain, even for a lava walker, and then of course hunters can't pull itself onto damaging terrain. That's probably what happened there. It's not like a bug with 2x2s. I mean, it could be, but probably not. It just you can't pull yourself onto damaging terrain with this ability. But Dirge actually throws an axe. That means he's not looking to contest that font. It's I don't know, like, I feel like you could put Dirge in there no problem. I mean, Bloodletter could only get 1 hit, and then Crawler could get 2, and then, I guess Dirge would be kind of isolated. Maybe that lava is actually more threatening to Gnomes than he lets on. He does deploy twice at this font here, so he has some nice defenses. Got Spell Snare. Now, Spell Snare, people are always complaining, man, give Moga some anti-spell abilities. They suck because they group up so much and then they get spell spammed. And Spell Snare is it. Like, Spell Snare has council spells, and he can also take Spell Breach for +1 speed. So he has, like, if you want anti-spell in Moga, you just run him. And, if you could run Book Burn, you can take him with Cleanse. He's not a bad champion. And I mean, I think it's good that factions and specific themes have weaknesses like that. Like, Moga have a lot of good things going for them, and they also have some bad things as well. Like, that's the way it should be. Chef, I'm not really a fan of Chef, though. I think there's better options than Chef, like, for that price. I just don't see the point. Like, Heal Mass 2, like, come on. You can take Cavern Spawn if you want healing. And then, like, Disease Breath on a 7 damage unit? Like, really? But I mean, he does heal up the lava here, I guess, so it has some use. And Overlord, meanwhile, down here in this 1v1, Balefire Knight, I mean, yeah, like Balefire Knight's just going to own this guy. He's got channel damage when he needs it. Flame Burst, he can actually, yeah, he can't Flame Burst out of the font because of Unstoppable. But, I mean, yeah, like, he's fine. He can get a quest kill at some point. You can do, like, Mandate on him and just further guarantee that win. But, yeah, Overlord already down to 24. Gnomes is kind of playing a little bit more passive than I would have expected. With that double deploy up top, I think maybe he didn't have, like, a good champion to follow the Overlord here. And, yeah, down to 20 HP. That will, yeah, that's not looking good for you, Gnomes. What is he going to do about that? Well, he's going to heal mass, and then, I mean, maybe you're just going to wait for that lava to go away. I think sending Moga Hunters in here is fine. Like, it'll die, but you get 2 Moga in exchange, and then maybe Dirge can beat face after he gets Surge buffed up a little more. Because Dirge into Ruby Crawler is really good. He's a high damage physical champion, and then completely gets around mirrored. And Bloodletter is kind of intimidating, though. 17 damage, and I'm assuming there's going to be more spiders from Justicus, since he does have the racial in these two. But of course, Justicus is not willing to walk over his own lava to get at these guys. But Gnome's taking a little bit longer to think on this turn. He needs something down bot. Like, he needs a way to help win this 1v1. Because then, I mean, it'll be 3 fonts to 1, and even if you're playing Moga, that's a pretty large Nora deficit to have to walk out of. Especially when you're, like, Justicus is going to deploy down here, and you're going to have stuff threatening your shrine, then you're still going to be sitting up here, not doing much, so... He's thinking very hard about this. I wonder if he's thinking about, like, a peak tactics... No, sorry, an Alacrity. An Alacrity would probably ensure the kill on that crawler there. Because he could, like, walk in here with Dirge, and then move up with Hunters. Nope, he's just going to do a cleanse. He does move up with Hunters, though, and walks right into a lava trap. So that will be a dead Hunters, for sure. So I wonder why Justicus didn't deploy at that font. Like, where is his Nora going? He should have had the Nora. Like, he's been on 2 fonts since the game started. Book burn, so no spells, and there's the Recruiter for Battle Hymn. So Gnomes is preparing something here. Now, if I were Justicus, I would not kill that Moga Hunters. I would leave it to die from Chard, because once it dies on Gnomes' turn, the spawns won't gain AP, because it will have died at at the start of Gnomes' turn. So they missed their chance to take action that turn. So if I were Justicus, I would just go in here and start beating on Dirge. And he could probably kill it too. Because he's got... Okay, well, he's gonna make the play that I advised him not to. And he walked onto the lava space too. I mean, you might as well just leave that lava space as, you know, impeding terrain for the opponent, right? I mean, he's engaged now. Like, is there a way... I guess he could deploy a Weaver and maybe, like, walk into the font? I'm not too sure what he's going for here. Like, he's engaged now and he can't move. Bloodletter can still get some damage onto Dirge. I was thinking, like, if he went here and then deployed a couple more spiders, like to proc the racial, Bloodletter could get 2 hits, and then Ruby Crawler could get a hit, and, you know, just any old spell would finish off Dirge. But, ooh, we got Balefire Knight channeling some damage. He's winding up his Kamehameha to one-shot that Garhan Overlord. He's a little bit more damage than what he's got. 18, 16. He needs 4 more procs, but nope, he uses it. He uses it once. Man, that was the lamest Kamehameha ever. Like, Goku would be very disappointed in you, Mr. Balefire Knight. I mean, he didn't even get the quest kill off of that. Like, he could have easily channeled a couple more times and got the quest kill. But Gnomes will probably be pretty happy about this situation, all things considered. I mean, his Dirge is in striking distance. He's got his Battle Hymn ready to go. And I mean, if that... okay, yeah, never mind. Balefire Knight. I saw this upgrade and I thought, okay, he has Fire Eater. He's playing like a fire deck. But this is actually Fire Feed. So it does kill the Overlord. Still, I mean, he gets the font, of course. It was a fine play. It's just, I was expecting, you know, a big hit from channel damage. But Fire Feed saps the life there, finishes off the Overlord. And there's some Disease Breath action from the Chef, which hits these guys. We didn't actually have the Battle Hymn before that, so I'm thinking... Because Battle Hymn would have boosted the damage by 1. He's pulling the Crawler in with the Spell Snare and then killing it with Dirge. Does he not want to... Oh, he wants to try and Swarm. I don't know about that. Like, you're not going to be able to have enough damage for that. Because of Mirrored. But these Moga are real, the Riders, so he can contest with that Trapper and sort of block the Bloodletter. And then I guess the Crawler is kind of screwed. It's on 17 HP. Like, it could retreat. It could, you know, maybe kill the Chef. We got 13, so 26 plus the Aura. That'll be enough if he double hits the Chef. But if he does, then a Swarm definitely is possible next turn, because even with Mirrored, like, Dirge is going to get a hit. Spell Snare can get a hit of its own, you know, and, you know, Recruiter can just finish it off. But I want to know what Gnomes is going to do about this situation. Like, down bot, like, Justicus is still on 2 fonts. And I would have thought that Moga on this map wouldn't be too bad, because they can just deploy something like all their cheap stuff and fight no problem at both sides. But he didn't really have a good way to get past a lava for one, and then also after his hunters died to the lava trap. He didn't have a way to keep that font contested for long enough for his forces to get in there. But Bloodletter takes out that Rider, and he's not in the font. He needs to get back into the font. I guess Cinderpede can grab it if he wants. Still only 3 spiders, so no multi-attack. Yeah, I would just kill that Chef. Like, Crawler's sitting there, kill the Chef, and then sacrifice it maybe, so that you don't get swarmed afterwards. But Gnomes is still sitting on that Battle Hymn, so he does have that to go for him, to work with. That, I don't know, like, that pull was a little strange. He didn't really get anything out of that pull. Like, he basically killed his own Chef. Like, let's be honest. he pulled the Ruby Crawler in without killing it, and lost his Chef in the process. Hey, there's the Protect the Nest. I knew he was running it. So he's gonna get some Spiderling meat in the fray. And still no deployed bot side, but Balefire Knight is threatening enough on its own. So he's probably just gonna fly over here and start wailing on the shrine. But Gnomes, we'll see. He's a good player. We'll see if he can come back from this. If he gets the Swarm, that'll be helpful. Let's see. Dirge can do 13. We're gonna have half, so 4. Well, basically 2 because of the defense. I don't know. It'd be close, because Recruiter can do 11, and then that'd round down to 5, so 10. 10, and okay, so he's deploying a bunch of Moga to boost Dirge through Surge. What does he got? He's got another Chef, and a Creeper, which I'm assuming he deployed up top, because Gnomes has been putting his all into topside this game. And yeah, at this point, yeah, Recruiter could get the kill. So there's 5 there, and 1 more for the Swarm. I mean, Dirge could also walk... no, he can't quite... He could walk into the font and put a Relic down. But he'd just get killed by Cinderpede and shit. I think at this point he needs to, like, move this way, because Cinderpede can walk on the lava and become a ranged champion and then hit Dirge, like, from over here. So I mean, he went for the globe, which is a total Gnomes thing to do. But he does back out of Cinderpede's range somewhat. And then I guess Justicus is just going to be sitting pretty on 3 fonts. I mean, he's got bot side cleared up. He could probably kill this Recruiter. So, yeah, he can totally kill that Recruiter. So Gnome's not looking too good. That's a... Oh my god, Borgas bomb right here. Please, summon Borgas. Please, I want to see a Borgas in 2024. That would be a massive Borgas bomb. Lava storming everything, and then Borgas for the Flame Pulse. Ah, that would have been so sweet. But I mean, that is a really good lava storm anyway. 12 damage to everybody plus the lava. And yep, Balefire Knight just gonna start whacking the shrine, and Justicus takes the win. So I guess I'll end this one here. That was basically 2 games, and yeah, we'll see everyone in the next one.